question 8 says, what is a ratio? Okay, I have a ratio here. I wrote one down. 3:4. Okay, so a ratio shows the relative sizes of two or more values. That means it shows this. It shows these are two values, and it shows this size in relation to this size. Okay, so let's say, for example, we have 70 sweets. Okay, and this is maybe Mr. Dwayne's sweets, and this is Mr. Marcel's sweets. This is the ratio in which the sweets must be shared, and then we figure out some things, and we'll see that Mr. Dwayne will get 30 sweets at the end, and Mr. Marcel will get 40 sweets. Okay, but the idea here is to say that the ratio shows the relative sizes of two or more values. So it shows the relative sizes of two or more values and how they play a part in the whole. Okay, so you have to remember that there is a whole, for example, in this case of 70 sweets that you can be shared 30 and 40. Or you could say, let's say there are 7 bicycles, or 7 bicycles are a bad example, but let's say 7 cakes, okay, and Mr. Dwayne gets 3, so D, and Mr. Marcel gets 4 cakes to take home. So this is the idea of what a ratio is. It shows the relative sizes of two or more values and how they relate to the whole. So this is the idea of what a ratio is. Okay. Number 2 says define with a drawing the theorem of Pythagoras. Now here I don't want a lot of mumbo jumbo. Or a lot of text or theory. I actually want a drawing, so I want you to draw a right angle triangle for me, something like this, with an A and a B and a C. Okay, and I want you to say to me that A squared plus B squared is equal to hypotenuse squared, which is C squared. Okay, so this is the idea. This is what I'm looking for. This is the theorem of Pythagoras, and this is how it's defined. So these are the things I'm looking for. So just one more. Okay, Andre and Dylan share 5,200 Omani reals in the ratio of 3:17. Work out how much each person receives. Now this is one of the formulas that I always use for ratio, and it's called the ADM formula. So A for add. Okay, D for divide, and M for multiply. Okay, now what we do is we first add the two ratios together. So Mr. Andre has 3 parts, Mr. Dylan has 17 parts. So we take those 3 and 17, we add them together, and that gives us 20. Right? Now we divide. So we take the 5,200 and we divide it by 20. Right, and that gives us, just let me get the calculator out, because I know you guys are doing this too. So it gives me 260. Right, so 5,200 divided by 20 gives me 260. Sorry for the mix-up. 5,200 divided by 20 gives me 260. Right. So the last step is to multiply. Now Mr. Andre, I'll make an A for Mr. Andre. Make a nice A. Okay, has 3 parts, like we've discovered here. Mr. Andre has 3 parts. So 3 multiplied by 260. That gives Mr. Andre 780. So Mr. Andre receives 780, and I'll just keep writing up here if that's okay. Sorry for moving around the page, but Mr. Dylan, I'll make a D for Mr. Dylan. 17 parts multiplied by the 260 here. So 2 60, and that gives us 4,420. Okay, so Mr. Dillon ends up with 4,420 and Mr. Andre ends up with 780. And the question says work out how much Omani Rials each person receives. So let me just put in OMR, Omani Rials here, and for Mr. Dillon, Omani Rials. Okay, thank you. Let me check, are there any other questions? Nope, that's it.
Please subscribe to my dad's channel. Thanks.